No, not completely true. So I am right. That's why anybody know that is right. There was on one occasion during the Lakers game. It was like between the Knicks and it was against the
Hello and welcome to the Clipboard Show. This is your number one unfiltered unscripted show. I am Latte. Not every social media influencers, not everybody that come to you on social media and say I'm social media influencers are actually social media influencers. Alright? Now, the Ghanaian female self-acclaimed social media influencer who was arrested sometime last year, if I'm not mistaken, in UK, was extradited to the US yesterday to come face the law, face the music. You know, she was out there in UK spending money, showing off on social media, showing her cars, showing her house, showing her jewelries and clothing and everything that she has. She was putting out there on social media and claiming to be social media influencer. We don't know she was a criminal. She was a cyber scammer or cyber fraudster who was out there defrauding older population in the US. Most of our victims are older men who are alone and single. And she also established a company that allegedly company who is into gold, who sells gold. And she also defraud people using that company, collecting money from people that she will send them gold. At the same time, she claimed to be in relationship with some of them. She even went as far as asking one to send her money to take care of her dad's farm. That dad has a big farm in Ghana and she needs some money to take care of that. She got almost $89,000 from this individual, about 82 times wire transfer to get this amount. Then she also claimed to be in a relationship with some of them. Some of them sent her money for the relationship, for upkeep and all that. She did not even just stop there. One day is for the thief, one day is for the owner, every day is for the thief. What does that adage mean? You could be doing this, but one day the government will come after you. She even went as far as sending fake marriage certificate. This is official document that the court present. These are the charges. She sent marriage certificate to someone claiming that they are married. But sometimes I'll be asking, how can you be dumb? How can you be so naive? How could you be so uninformed that someone will send you a marriage certificate and you're not there, you don't have a witness there, and you believe and agree that this is legitimate? How? But don't doubt the power and the intelligence and the mind game that these scammers play, because most individuals in the US don't even know a thing outside US. I'm sorry to say, but if you ask some people in the US, any country in Africa, they don't know. They think Africa is a continent. Some people don't even know nothing beyond the US. So most of the time, whatever you tell them, they believe. And some people don't even know the laws of other countries. They could tell you, oh, in Ghana, you don't have to be present to get married. They could do it virtually. They can call you on a video call. They can call you on a phone and someone join you together. I mean, there are a lot of content sharing, things that people can share over time, and you develop these emotions, these feelings, this belief, this hope and faith that okay, I am in relationship with this person, I'm in love with this person, but this person is not in love with, this person is out there to take your money. So how could you do this to the older folks who are actually depending probably on their retirement or their 401k or whatever insurance that they have set up there to manage their life until they leave this earth? That is exactly what she was doing. All these charges were brought against her yesterday in New York because she appeared in front of a federal judge and she plead not guilty to all this crime, all these charges. You know, in the US, or common law, every accused person is innocent until proven guilty by the competent court of jurisdiction. That would decide that. But I'm not sure there's any time the federal government has come brought somebody to the court about fraud and the person is not found guilty of one thing. I've not seen that. I know courts have overturned several ruling or orders, whatever, in other instances about murder and some of those criminal activities. But when it comes to like internet fraud, I haven't seen, because one thing about internet is that they record your footprint, everything that you do is there. So before government bring all these charges against you, they must have concrete evidence to prove beyond reasonable doubt that you actually commit this crime. So Mona has been transferred from the UK where she was arrested. She was there spending money lavishly and posting cars and properties and everything, jewelries on social media. She was arrested in the UK and she's now in the US. Right now she'll be cooling in a cell and being introduced to a new cellmate, and she'll be there chilling until the next day that she appear in court. $500,000 has been put as a bond for her, and the option of anchor monitor. So even if she provide that amount, she'll have an anchor monitor, so she cannot leave the country or leave the house. She has to be where she needs to be at every point. Government will be monitoring you and know what you're doing at each time. So that is the condition that's been set by the court right now. Okay, now do you know the funny thing about all the most people who claim to be social media influencers? 90% of them are scammers, are out there scamming people, defrauding people, and it's all over the world. It's not just Ghana or just Africa. We have someone who was a member of one of the housewives here in the US who was charged also defrauding older people. She's chilling in jail right now. But the funny thing about the people from the African continent who are social media influencers, who are into scamming people on the social media, they are not the people who run this business. The internet scam or the internet cyber fraud and all that, there are people who run these shows, people who are from these sophisticated countries like the US, China, Japan, North Korea, South Korea, Iran, Russia, Germany, Israel. Those countries, you have people who run this show. You don't see them on social media, you don't see them on Instagram, you don't see them on Facebook, you don't see them on YouTube, you don't see them nowhere. They could be your neighbor, they could be your teacher, they could be your church member, they could be in your school as a student or your instructor, or they could be even working in government, they could be even working in offices like CEOs. They are organized crime. They organize, and they are APTs. They commit this crime, big crime. You remember sometimes ago that the whole pipeline that transferred gas within the west to south in the US was shut down, and millions of dollars was paid in Bitcoin, and I think FBI was able to bust it and recover some of the money. What about the issue of solar wind? What about Uber? What about Marriott? What about the adult website that have been hacked? Do you know how much these companies pay for ransomware, for this account to be restored and all that, for this data not to get out there? Do you know how much this company pays? Do you know how much these boys or these men or these guys make from the internet fraud? You don't know. It's in millions. Because every 39 seconds, hacking and cyber fraud is happening. And the recorded one, I think 2021, the FBI record that they released, about 624 billion US dollars was stolen from people, from companies, from government. That was the one that was actually reported, because some companies don't report. So you see that number, you see how huge it is. You don't see these people near any of these social medias. But when you have this self-acclaimed social media influencers from Africa being able to collect 2 million, because from the record, the total sum of money that Mona has been able to do or get from her victims, about $2 million. You see them out there spending money lavishly, showing themselves on social media and say, hey, government, I'm a thief. You can see me? I'm here. I'm a thief. You see the issue of Hush Puppy in Dubai. Hush Puppy was in Dubai, spending lavishly, showing how many pairs of sneakers that he has, showing his jewelry, showing the cars and money, and even flying private jet and all that. And say your social media influencer. What do you influence on social media? Are you the only social media influencer, or he claimed at that time to be what do you call it, to be Gucci ambassador? We have other Gucci ambassadors. They're not even spending the type of money you're spending. They don't even have the type of cars that you have. What kind of Gucci ambassador are you? Is a Gucci CEO even spending the amount of money that you're even spending on social media? The answer is no. So you now have this local Basi in Nigeria who was out there on social media giving what they call motivational speech to the youth and encouraging people that you have to hustle hard and do all that, and thanking God that God has actually blessed him. But you find out that he was a common criminal. He is a common criminal who was into kidnapping. He has his own gang who go out there and kidnap people that he has worked for and collect millions of naira from them, and come on social media and say social media influencer, that God has blessed him. He does interior decoration and other BS that he mentioned that he does. It's funny how you go out there and do all that, and the people who are running this show, you don't even see them. And I tell you one thing, do you know that when you follow these people on social media, they have millions of followers? Like Mona, this lady that we're talking about, she has about 3.4 million followers on Instagram alone. When you follow these people, you validate their personality, you verify them, you say they're actually real, they're actually true, they're actually social media influencers. I know, don't get me wrong, you have the liberty and right to follow who you want to follow on social media. Nothing stops you, but I'm just letting you know as part of the conversation, because when they have this number of followers, it actually validates them. Let's say, for example, you come on my page and you see that I'm being followed by 3.4 million people, and I even see Obama on my list of people who follow me. That already validates me that, oh, he's valid, because she's out there. She mingle with celebrities. She mingle with like Shatta Wale and some of the big artists in Ghana and all over the world, and using those personalities to validate herself, using those number of views to validate herself, putting out one or two music out there, using that to validate herself. That is what actually happened on social media. So you have to be very careful who you follow on social media, who you share information on your social media, because social media could be good, it could be bad. Yes. And I'll tell you one thing, do not click on any link. Someone say, hey, you're going to be having a short code in your inbox, please send me back that short code. Do not send any short code to anybody. Do not click on any link to verify something for anybody, because they're using your account to commit fraud somewhere, or actually they're trying to take over your account. So you have to be very careful. We're going to have an episode about how you can protect your social media account on a different episode, but we're not going into details of that today. But I'm just letting you know that this is what happened. Then now, when you say you're social media influencer, you make money from social media. Okay, good. You go out there and you spend this amount of money, huge amount of money. Let's say you walk into Prada shop, Gucci or whatever, and you spend $5,000 as an individual. Gucci gonna say thank you for your patronage, but they have the obligation, they are required by law to report when an individual spends certain amount of money. So when you go out there and spend this money, you're saying, hey, Gucci, please report me to government that a criminal was here today and criminal shop beyond what he or she's supposed to spend. Yes. So Gucci will go back to government and say, hey, boss, Uncle Sam, this individual was here today and he spent $5,000. I've done my own part. Thank you so much. And government will now call somebody and say, hey, can you look at what this person is doing? Can you monitor his activities? Can you see how much he or she earns and how much he's spending? So this individual could be working from home, sitting in this comfort of his couch, and just look at your activities, look at how much you spent like 6 months, 9 months ago, and how much you earn and how much you're spending, and probably just look at how much you spent last month and say, okay, you are actually a social media influencer. You make money. Let's say you make $1,000 from YouTube, make $1,000 from Instagram, make $1,000 from Facebook, and make $1,000 from Twitter. You just say you make $4,000 in a month from these social medias, but your expenses were about $15,000. Then government gonna raise eyebrows, saying, wait a minute, how did you get all this money? And government now gonna trace you and look for your activities on social media and the internet, and then I put 1+1 and say, okay, you're the one stealing money from our citizens, our older citizens for that matter, our senior citizens for that matter. Some of them have gone as far as committing suicide. Some of them have gone as far as being devastated and could not even get back on their feet again, because emotionally you have destroyed them, financially you have destroyed them. So that is exactly what is happening. What happens? Government will be on your ass. Government will track you, and government will get you. That is basic. It's 1+1. So when you're out there following people on social media, be very careful when you share your information on social media. Also be very careful. Okay. So she's in the US right now, and she'll be facing music. She'll be going to court and going back to jail until we're gonna see what the court gonna say at the end of the day, if she's gonna be if she'll be guilty of all the charges or she'll be exonerated. Never can tell, but as it stands now, she's innocent until proven otherwise. Thank you so much for checking back on what we do here. Please subscribe, share, and also comment. Thank you, and stay safe. Bye. Hey, wait a minute. Did you subscribe? Please hit the subscription if you have not subscribed. Like, thumbs up, comment, and the notification bell. Hit that notification bell. Yeah, hit that notification bell. Have you done that? Yes, hit that notification bell. Thank you. So the next content you'll be the first to see. Thank you, and stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye.